Hey, it's Mike from Rockin' K. If you don't know who we are, we're some expats living in Germany, trying to do the homesteading thing and the DIY thing and a little bit of off-gridding. So we're in the middle of renovations, and let me show you what that looks like, and that's coming up. So folks, it is week two of renovations. Y'all got a healthy post on last Friday. That was a crazy edit, by the way. But it was a busy week, but not a productive week. We did get a lot of work done, but we could have gotten more done. Life hits you sometimes, and we got hit a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. Everything worked out. So I got you flipped around. We did get in this bathroom, and now we're down to this solid cement. All in the bathroom. I cleaned up most of the rubble. I do have to wait until this water line that you see here on the floor is up to actually finish, because I got to get a little bit of hammering in there and there where it's adhered to the floor with some cement. And then these are the actual heating lines that we're going to end up lowering and getting them down in the floor. So it's going to be a busy in here. The next steps are to route the water from up there in that corner, down the wall, and across. And it'll join up near these heating lines and come through and go on out there. So, interesting tidbit is we're going to have to insulate all those lines, because we're going to be running a cold water line next to a warm water line. All you'll end up with is a bunch of warm water and no cold water and no hot water, because the cold water line is going to cool down the hot water line, and the hot water line is going to warm up the cold water line. So we're going to have to knock out some insulation on those lines too when we do the install. So that's something that we have to look forward to as well. So now I'm out here in the laundry room, and let me flip you around again. And as you can see, the walls are mostly cleared. I'll zoom out here. We still have a couple of the fasteners to go, and you can see them kind of sticking out there like that. I got to get those out. Those are a bugger to get out. So we did get all the floor up. I'll show you on a time lapse coming up here in a minute of us destroying this floor. You wouldn't believe how that floor came out. I was dreading getting that floor up because the tiles were really coming out really difficult. But jackhammers, they're good for destruction. So what we ended up is lifting a whole bunch of floor all at once, and you'll see that in the video here in a minute. So let's go to that video. We'll give you a quick little time lapse, and then we'll come back and we'll talk a little more about what's going on. Okay, folks, so we got the bathroom done, at least for the demolition work. So let me flip you around. So we got all the rubble up. We unsheathed all the heating lines and the water lines that run across the floor so they can be buried later. And we got all the rest of the tile out and swept the room real good. Let's zoom out. Swept the room real good. Got it all cleaned up. So now, all that's left here is to dig out the sewer line itself. That's where the toilet used to be. So, now the fun part. We got to go in the next room and get them white tile off the floor. And man, when Mama was doing it, she was having a hard time getting those tiles up. Plus, it looked like the thin set was real thick. So, let's go into the other room and we'll start getting that tile. Mama's going to help with that. Okay, so now that you saw all that destruction and saw how we got that floor out back there, We do have a bunch of little steps going on. So what we got going on is we have the plumber. The plumber's coming. And the plumber is more of an assist. I will actually be doing all the plumbing. But what he's going to do is make sure that the line sizes are right, and that the install plan is a safe, a sound plan, that we won't end up with issues. And then I'll be doing all the install. I'm going to be installing a system called TC. It is very similar to PEX. It's a 3-layer pipe. It has a layer of PEX, aluminum, and then PEX. So it's like a 3-layer sandwich. The fittings are very interesting. You expand the pipe, push it on, and then slide a collar down on. I know they have some variants of it there in America, and they definitely use it here in Germany. All this pipe that is down here is already TC, it's called TC, T-E-C-E. That's all this pipe that's down here is already that style of pipe. So the plumber says it's the best way to do it. I trust him. He does it for a living. I mean, he says it's a touch more expensive for the supplies, but it's something that you can put and bury in walls and hide, and you don't have to go back and mess with it. So the water will come in now in this corner, and it'll make its route around into the basement where we are actually relocating our hot water heater. So our hot water heater is way on the other side of the house. So this cold water line on this wall, this line right here, goes all the way to the other side of the house. That's quite a ways. So we'll flip the door open. We're probably gonna have a surprise on the other side. Yep, there's our puppy dog, Penny dog. So all the way on the other side, all the way out there, is where that hot water heater is. All the water is used right here. It's used right in this area, as well as that bathroom back there. So it doesn't make sense to pump all the water to the other side of the house and bring it all the way back. It made sense back when the house was done, because that's where the heater is. And in Germany, or I should say in Europe, they use hot water boilers, and hot water boilers also supply the hot water for showers and sinks and stuff like that. So it made sense then. It doesn't make sense now, since the hot water is being supplied via a heat pump or Wärmepumpe in what they call it in Germany. Super, super, super efficient. I think my electricity per kilowatt hour, which is expensive, is somewhere close to 30 euro cents per kilowatt hour. And this hot water heater, so far I've been metering it and watching, I burn maybe 100 kilowatt hours in a year. So we're talking a couple $100 in a year for hot water. That's nothing. You're talking, between $10 and $20 a month. Come on, you can't beat that. So there's been heavy times of usage, so it's been a little more than that sometimes, because we've had house guests and stuff like that for extended periods. So instead of 2 people showering, it was a bunch. But so that's the idea with the hot water heater. What we do have to do is we have to do the water supply and the hot water heater all at the same time, and get that done first, because we're going to eliminate the pipes that are on the wall. Well, I still need a water supply, and I can't just cut the water supply, because the hot water heater does feed the bathroom that's over there. So all of that movement has to happen first. And what that actually does is let me take that pipe off the wall behind me, the pipe off of this wall behind me now, and the pipe that's on this floor here in this bathroom. So once those pipes are eliminated, I am able to trench that floor. So I do have to put a trench in about 50 millimeters wide, 5 centimeters, from about here where you see the water outlet on the wall, all the way across, and to that which you see sticking out of the floor right there. That is actually the drain going out of the house and to the canal or the sewer out in the front. So we have to do the water first because I need the lines off the floor because I have to cut a channel in this floor for the kitchen sink and the dishwasher to drain through this area and this, where it goes out the front of the house. So in that process, of course, we're going to have the washer and dryer are going to be over here in this corner. So we'll have another 50 millimeter or 5 centimeter line going around the room and to that corner for the drain. And like I've alluded to in other videos, a third bathroom, technically third, because we have one over there, one over here, and then directly above, which it will be our master suite area, is one of 2 bathrooms that are going in directly above, up there. So water supply lines and sewer lines are actually going to come through this corner here and down and inside of a false wall. So more on that as we get nearer that project. But for the immediate future, it's going to be those 2 things first. Getting that fresh water clear, getting in the cold water and the warm water with the relocation of the hot water heater. And then the second thing is getting that sewer line in. So with that said, when the sewer line and the water goes in, we're actually going to run the stubs up the wall, and I'm going to cut the hole in the ceiling and run stubs up the wall and cap them so that once we're done here getting the water set up, we can go ahead upstairs and start doing the install in the bathroom upstairs because it's really clean slate up there. It's a big open room. I will bring you up probably maybe on Sunday when we do a coffee talk. I'll bring you upstairs and show you what that looks like. It's a rather large room that we're going to section off into 2 bathrooms, a bedroom, and an actual sitting room. So it is a huge area. Right now we just have miscellaneous stuff stored up there, but I think it's going to work out. You can actually see there's a doorway right there to it. It's all above up there, as you can see. There is a big open room. So we will probably do a walk and talk on Sunday. And we'll actually key in on some of the events that went down on this week. While they seemed to be, I don't know, they seemed to be really bad for us. It actually turned out okay. We had a bit of a scare, but like I said, we'll go into more of that on Sunday. This is more of the homesteading. We'll get you the talk and the chat on the weekend, on Sunday. But it was productive. Not as productive as we would like sometimes, but hey, we don't. It doesn't always. It's not always a win. We'll call this one a draw. We didn't lose, we didn't win. I would call it a draw. But in keeping with my motto, please check in on a loved one, a friend, say hi, give them a text, drop them a line if you so care. Make somebody's day. It really goes a long way. I appreciate when someone reaches out to me and says, hey Mike, how you doing? And I know you guys do too. So pay it forward and reach out, tell a loved one hi, tell a friend hi, ask them how they're doing. And until the next adventure, and actually until Sunday with our coffee talk, auf Wiedersehen.